Alright, time for another episode of The Good Stuff, where I try to play actual good decks. Today we're doing House Lannister, and I think really the only sort of Lannister deck that I can think of that's even that good or worth trying right now is the Lannister Crossing build. Oh, excuse me. Anyways, the deck is pretty self-explanatory. You throw junk down and win really fast. The cheapest, sort of most derpy things in the deck are the Cersei Lannister from the box, Casterly Rock, Tyrion's Chain, and Heads on Spikes, which can lead to insane amounts of power gain. I have one on turn 2 with this deck with like Heads on Spikes into Tyrion's Chain with Cersei Lannister out there and Casterly Rock. That requires sort of an ideal setup and draw, but it definitely can happen. It's not, if you actually draw all 4 of those cards, it's not super difficult to pull off. The deck is basically typical Lannister stuff. I've gone light on locations. There's no flea bottom or anything like that because I'm assuming that I'll play against Targaryen and Greyjoy, and they screw up your locations anyways. Targaryen screws up your flea bottom, that is. We've got King's Roads instead of like Gold Roads, or actually I guess I could have Western Fiefdoms in here. I just realized I don't even have those. Maybe those can go in over the Rose Road, but King's Roads are fast, so that's why we have them. We got Bodyguards because Valar Morghulis, and then Never Bet Against My Family and Hear Me Roar because we want as much immediate tempo as we can to try and cheese out the game by turn 3 or 4. Tyrion's Chain combos with Heads on Spikes and also Forced March, which is also a war plot. I believe this is a war, correct? Yeah, war. And then Treachery and Milk to try and shut down the opponent's stuff at least long enough to cheese out our win. The plots are also fairly self-explanatory. Summer Harvest is the most reliable opener at the moment. And because you have cards like Hear Me Roar and I Never Bet Against My Family, as well as the King's Road, you don't tend to be as bothered if you end up in a Summer Harvest against Summer Harvest situation and only start with 2 gold. If you can throw down like Never Bet Against My Family, Hear Me Roar, and Jaime Lannister or something like that, then you can still throw out a scary board while the opponent will be sitting there with 2 gold and not able to do very much. We've got Late Summer Feast. You do not open with this unless you want to lose to the opponent's Summer Harvest. This is for after they use Valar Morghulis, and we're using this instead of trade routes because we're quite light on locations, and we're also running Political Disaster. I haven't actually had a good chance to use Political Disaster yet, but I've had enough games, again, not with this deck yet, but just in general, where the opponent is Greyjoy, or in particular Targaryen, and they spend their first turn basically marshalling out locations and in the first turn with 5 or more locations, and then just play Valar Morghulis. This, and then like trade routes the next turn. Political Disaster could really punish that, and punishes people trying to play trade routes in general. So theoretically, this could be good. We'll see if I ever get a good spot to use it. Counting Coppers because you need more cards, and Forced March is just super good right now. So let's get into a game and see what happens. And if I can't, I don't know, maybe I'm a little bit bothered now that I forgot to actually put Western Fiefdoms in my Lannister single faction deck, but we'll just see what happens. Maybe the King's Roads can be replaced with Western Fiefdoms, I don't know. No economy, mulligan. Okay. It's dangerous to set up Tywin by himself, but if I don't do it, then I'm setting up like 5 gold worth of stuff. I'm just going to go for it, and if he has marched, he got me. Yep, no marched. Feels good. Summer Harvest into Summer Harvest. That's fine because we have Tywin. I mean, it's not fine, but I think it'll be okay. Probably make him first. Yeah, you pretty much always want the opponent to go first on the first turn, unless you have, like, Intimidate. That may have been a misplay because now he can Marshal a R'hllor character, and we will not have collected gold to use treachery, but we'll just have the treachery available for next turn instead. Yep, there's the kneel. Let's dupe. 1 gold off of being able to marshal Cersei, so we'll probably instead marshal like 2 burned men, I guess. We could also put Cat's Paw in Shadows. Suppose that's more useful than playing out another burned man. I'm not sure if I want to hold the Tywin dupe. I don't think there's much reason to hold it though. I'm just going to play it. I guess for intrigue claim, we'll hold it for now. He doesn't have any military icons, so we don't have to worry about claim soak this turn. Yeah, I guess the Tywin dupe, so I guess that paid off. Kill his Dragonstone faithful here. Gotcha. Would have been really nice if I could have picked up a milk for this Melisandre, but pretty typical, not drawing the cards you need when you need them. Maybe heads on spikes. Seems like the only sensible play. Probably try to marshal Cersei with a bodyguard this turn, and then like counting coppers after that, because unless I draw another expensive thing. Filthy, well that's annoying. I think I'm going to go first this time, so I'll collect income to use treachery. Also, Cersei going first is good. Wow, got his Robert. Get wrecked. That's funny. Heads on spikes is such a dirt plot. So I have exactly enough to marshal Cersei, but then I won't have money for treachery, and she'll get knelt. So I'm not actually going to do that, even though I really want to. We can marshal Tyrion for 3, and we'll have 2 left. I like that number, so we're going to do that. And I don't think I need a bodyguard. The save on Tywin will dissuade him from playing Valar Morghulis. We're going to save this treachery for this. Doing intrigue to get our gold. I guess stealth Melisandre. Defends it. Okay, I guess he really likes his hand. Suppose I'll do a burned men. I won't actually be able to get the 3 challenges, which is unfortunate, but he's got Neil. What can you do? Probably defends this as well. Don't imagine that he really wants to lose any of his board. Yeah, defends. And I could do Hear Me Roar to get the 3rd challenge with Cersei, but I don't think that's really worth it. Don't think that's really worth it. Maybe Forced March? Kneel that Courtney Penrose? I think I like that. Let's do it. Trade routes. So it's only a 6 gold plot. I guess I'm happy with that. I'm going to make him first, even though it's possible that I'll have Cersei in play, just to try and play around the Melisandre, kneeling Cersei out. So next turn, he's probably going to play the king in the north. That's very frustrating, but there's not much you can do about it. Suppose I should marshal Cersei Lannister here. And I'll have 1 gold left. Let's do it. And I guess she can have the bodyguard, because Tyrion's going to get us some more gold anyways, so... Makes us very safe from Valar Morghulis. One strength power challenge. Do I defend it? I don't think I do. Okay. Well. Cersei cannot actually win the intrigue by herself. Maybe yeah, let's do a power first with Tyrion. But he'll be able to defend it with Melisandre. That's sad. Maybe we do military. I think military is not super relevant, so I'm just going to start with a 1 strength military. He has a pretty wide board over there. Doesn't even defend it. I guess that worked out. So, yeah, let's try intrigue here, stealthing Stannis, and I should be able to win this. 3-3. That worked out. And now I have to think, do I want to play my Tyrion's chain on forced march to kneel Stannis? The current dominance count is... Oh, he's going to do that. Okay, well, it doesn't matter. Forgot about that ability. That's fine. This way, he will not be able to use Stannis' ability for dominance. I think I'm happy with that. So he's going to play the king in the north. I guess we have to do counting coppers. We're pretty much out of stuff over here. Oh, it's that. I don't know that that really bothers me. Wildfire? I've got 3 chuds, so I'll just keep my 3 good characters. And he made himself first player. I guess I do have Cersei. I don't understand why he didn't play the king in the north. I mean, I guess he can always just save it for next turn, but... Sure. I'm not convinced that he didn't actually lose more stats off his board than I did there. Especially losing the Selyse ability to give other characters intrigue. So that is a Shadow Priestess, which will probably kneel my Tywin. I suppose it could be a pinch of powder, so maybe... I'll probably know if it's a pinch of powder because he'll try to do like a big power challenge, and I can play around that. Let's get a Claim Soak. I don't know that I want to play around Valar Dohaeris. Well, I can't afford Jaime, but keeping the extra copy of Tyrion would play around Valar Dohaeris. But I don't think that it really matters at this point. I'll just dupe him. Then we can either marshal Shae or the Hound. I think Shae is better, because we can ambush the Hound. We cannot ambush Shae. So we can pay for the Hound with Tyrion gold during challenges phase. And yeah, pass. And if we get up to 6 gold off of Tyrion, we can actually bring Cat's Paw out of Shadows and bounce his Courtney Penrose, which would be pretty funny. So let's defend this. It is strength 9. If I defend with Tywin and Shae, they'll be 8. That kind of sucks. Maybe I can defend with Tyrion as well. Thanks to Cersei, I'll still be able to get 3 challenges, even if I defend it this way. Also, Shae can stand up. I want to defend it because pinch of powder. Oh, really? Well, I'm not going to trigger his Wildfire Assault. That would have been dumb. But yeah, and if I'm going to bother defending it, then I might as well win it. I mean, winning power challenges is fairly important at the moment. Does not declare an intrigue to give me cat's paw gold, but I will still get the 2 gold to go up to 4 and do a hound ambush to get my 3 challenges off. Pretty good. Well, that kind of sucks. Guess he won that challenge. Now what do? Let's do our hound ambush. Do power as the last challenge. And I think he has enough strength to defend the power. Wow, that was a misclick. But okay, I guess I did it, so. Definitely meant to take him back into hand there. If he wants to play Valar with no saves on his board, I'm fine with that. Although if he has Dohaeris, I'm going to be pretty upset. Because now it's going to make my hound... Well, I guess the hound would actually stay in play. Because I'd probably keep like Tywin and the hound if he does Dohaeris. Still would have been better to bring him back to hand. So I do Disaster now? Not sure that Disaster's ever going to get much better than this. But I think Heads on Spikes, I don't know. Let's do Heads on Spikes. Oh, that kind of sucks. Well, how was I supposed to know that he was going to do that? I mean, Varys' riddle, that's pretty random. Did not get the Jaime Lannister, so that's fine. I think he's dead now. I should be able to win this turn. Oh, another Neil, really? But I'm like 90% sure this Shadows card is a pinch of powder. If it was a Shadow Priestess, I'm pretty confident he would have used it last turn, and he didn't. I guess we can marshal Jaime. That'll help sort of cement our victory here. And there's no way he can actually get a pinch of powder through against my board, even with all of the Neil that he's done. I've got too much stuff. Not going to defend this. Definitely don't need to defend it. It's like, I really don't even have to kill my reducer guy if I don't want to. Could use just one of the 3 saves I have, but why not? Strength 6 power. So if I defend with the Hound and Shay, I'll be at also 6. That's annoying. I guess I'll have to defend with Cersei, huh? Can still get 3 challenges. Definitely don't want to let him win power. Not going to misclick on the Hound this time. Yep, not declaring intrigue. Doesn't want to give me gold. Okay, so... do I do military first? I kind of want to get the renown on Jaime. I'm not actually going to be able to win this turn. He's managed to shut enough stuff down. He doesn't have any cards to discard out of his hand for Cersei. So that's also actually going to slow me down. Let's do a... use the Hound to win power. So let's just do... intrigue. I mean, he doesn't have a hand, so intrigue doesn't matter. Let's do this. Come on. Maybe he'll even not oppose it. That'd be hilarious. But nope, does defend it. And I guess I can get him here with Cat's Paw. Not sure if this is really worth it. Let's do it just for the meme. It's kind of funny. Got him. Bet he didn't see that one coming. Oh, and I get a Cersei power, so I guess that was worth it. Won't be able to win military or get our power challenge, but I don't think we were going to be able to win anyways. So whatever. I still think I'm in a pretty good position. Now let's go for Disaster. Still waiting for him to either play a reset or the King in the North. He would most definitely lose if he flips Valar Morghulis, but Valar Dohaeris, there's the King of the North. Still going to go first. I have 2 non-kneeling characters, so hopefully I can just pressure him out. And I actually, there's the milk, finally. That's helpful. Let's go ahead and milk out this annoying character. That's it. Yeah, that is it. GG. There was actually not any triggered abilities really left that I would be bothered by the King of the North disabling. I mean, I can't use my Great Hall, but who really cares? It's like 1 less gold for the Hound. That's all that does. Can't stand Shay, not super important. And then all my big characters have like passive abilities. I couldn't claim any more Cersei power with the King of the North reveal, but I was at 13, so I just needed the renown off like Tywin and Jaime. Definitely was going to be able to win this turn. So yep, pressured him out. We got all our good stuff. One deciding factor in this game is that I drew enough saves to be safe from Valar Morghulis. If I did not draw dupes and bodyguards, and he had a chance to flip Valar Morghulis and kill like Tywin and whatever else happened to be on the board, and he was able to save one of his important characters, that could have turned the game around in his favor. But fortunately for us, that didn't happen. So this basically showed the crossing game plan with Lannister. Even though he slowed us down a bunch with a bunch of kneel stuff, we still ended up winning by just having a more efficient board than he did and like too much junk coming out every turn. I'd say it was a good example game of the Lannister crossing deck. So yeah.